Well, thanks, Cynthia, for your hospitality today to spend some time with us and talk a little bit about your memories, all the way back to Culmont and now here in Woodbridge, Virginia. So I wanted to ask you about your very earliest memory, the oldest thing you can remember in your mind.
The very earliest, geez.
Yeah. What's the first thing that...
Evidently my mother was out of the house. She was gone shopping or something, and I got a stomach ache. So my dad was there. So he gave me some pills to take for my stomach ache.
Yeah.
Well, later in the evening, I went to the bathroom, and I peed dark green. And I'm screaming for my mom, Mom, come, there's something wrong with me. I'm peed green. She come running up the steps, and my dad was laughing. He gave me Doan's kidney pills.
And you didn't tell your mom?
No.
Oh. So how did she find out?
Well, then he told her. He said, that's probably the pills that he gave me.
Oh, he must have caught hell for doing that.
Yeah.
I imagine he did.
Yeah.
That's funny. Let me get this this out of your way so you have to learn about that.
Yeah. Okay, another thing, I almost set the house on fire. We lived on Poplar Street, and we had the coal stove, and my mom had the coal bucket by the coal stove, and she also had a paper bag there to put papers in.
Yeah.
She was downstairs, and for some reason, and my dad was out in the yard, and for some reason or other, I took a paper out of that paper bag, and I stuck it through, you had them holes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stuck it through the holes there, and I threw it back. And so the fire, and I'm screaming, and the window was right there with the curtains, and we had that wainscoting, or scotting, whatever you call it. And Mom was downstairs, and I'm screaming, so she come running up, and as she's coming up the steps, she could see the flash on the wainscoting,
Yeah.
So she got pots and pans and started filling it with water and throwing it. And my dad's wondering, what the heck is she doing in there? And that's what it was. I almost set the house on fire.
Oh, my God. Well, you made her run up the stairs twice.
Yeah.
Just in the first two things you remember. That's pretty funny.
So I ran upstairs because I was afraid I was going to get a spanking,
Yeah.
Yes. One other time, she was spanking me for some reason. I don't remember what I did, but she sat on the landing of the stairs going upstairs, and as she brought her hand down, I brought my feet up. Well, she was the one doing the crying because she got black of her knuckles.
You must have been quite the kid. That's funny.
Yeah. Okay, another time, I got this rash. I don't know what the rash is. What'd she get a rash from? What'd she get a rash from? I used to love those sun-kissed oranges.
Yeah.
Well, unbeknownst to my mom, and I ate 6 of them in a row.
Did you really?
That's why I got the rash.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, let me think of... I wrote something else down there, but I can't remember that. Oh, Lorraine and I sword fighting with butcher knives.
With knives, actual knives.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And my dad tried to part us. He tried to part us. Well, the elbow went in the throat.
Kidding. Oh my God! Whose elbow?
My dad's trying to part us.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Wow.
These are bad things.
Yeah. I hope he disarmed both of you without too much.
Yeah. Another time, my mom just got the kitchen, I think, painted or papered or something. I don't know. And we shook up the bottles and all the way up in the ceiling.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
She had her hands full with the two of you guys.
Let's see. Oh, my mom's false teeth. Did anybody tell you about that? Lorraine said, remind you, because she doesn't think she told you. Mom got her set of false teeth,
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was just uppers and lowers or just the uppers.
Yeah.
But she sneezed, and they flew out of her mouth and flew across the kitchen into the sink.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Before she was used to them? Oh, that is funny.
Yeah. Okay. My mom did something funny one time. We were all out on the porch, and our neighbors were on the porch, Isabel and Al. And Mom went into the house. She didn't say what she was going to go in for, but then Isabel went in. And my mom came out laughing. What she did was she went in and she called Isabel on the telephone, and she disguised her voice. And she says to her, Washington calling. So my mom came back outside, and she waited and waited. Isabel was still inside. Then my mom went in and she says, "Are you still waiting for Washington?" She said, "Well, he died a long time ago." My mom was evil. Okay. And then Dad, when he working in the mines, he used to come home from work every day and he would have a beer and put a raw egg in it and drink it. Yeah. Can you imagine? That's to get that black.
Oh, to get the dust out.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a remedy. That's
I didn't
interesting.
either, but he used to do it every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
I get the beer. I'm not sure about the egg.
I know. Oh, can you just? I could feel it going down.
Yeah, I
That
know.
slimy. Oh, shots. Yeah. The one year I used to get abscess ears just about every year.
Really?
Well, when I was 18 months old, I had both ears lanced, and then I always got abscessed ears all the time. So this one year I got abscessed ears. So that's when the doctors used to come to your home. You give you shots and all.
Yeah.
So I was downstairs getting shots, and my dad was upstairs getting shots. He had pneumonia. So both of us were getting shots at the same time. Yeah.
That must have been scary for the abscess and pneumonia shots. And it reminded me that there's so many things that used to go on,
Yeah.
like the party line that I mentioned on
Yeah.
the telephones, that obviously don't happen anymore.
Oh, no.
And one of the things I distinctly remember was the TV repair guy coming in with his black bag.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And all the vacuum tubes and all that.
Yeah.
And then color TVs, and I see less of that guy because then they were circuit boards.
Yeah.
And then after that, of course, you just buy a new TV and you're done with it.
So many different things. Remember the milk being in glass bottles and all that,
Yeah.
Then I remember one time coming home from school. Was it after school or for lunch? I don't remember. And I went through the alley and was coming in the back gate, and they were screaming, "Go back, go back, go around the front, go around the front." We had a storm, and the live wire was right above
Oh.
the steps there,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and another time going up the yard, I got bit right here by a hornet.
Wow, your neck is very vulnerable there. If it's not your dad's elbow, it's a hornet, all kinds of stuff. So did you have an allergic reaction?
No, not at that time. But after having all them shots every year, I get 4 on this side and 4 on this side. And he used to call me his baby colt. He said, "Oh, my baby colt," So now I'm allergic to penicillin. I think I still am. I always tell everybody, because I was after that, after having so many shots.
Sure.
I would get them welts and itchy and all that, so, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Some people grow into allergies, some people grow out of them.
Right.
Go figure.
Yeah.
So, one thing that I remember distinctly too is schedules, like household schedules. Like in our case, of course, Sunday was, church day, and then we'd have dinner at lunchtime.
Yeah.
On
right.
Sundays. Did you guys do the
Yeah,
same
we
thing?
did the same thing too.
Same
Yeah.
thing. Did you have a set shopping day? Was there
Not
always set
really.
shopping?
Not really. Yeah.
When you went to the local grocery store,
Uh-huh.
did they have the little book and you wrote down in the book, what the cost was, and then
Yeah.
kind of evened up at the end of the month?
Right. Yeah.
I remember that, and it was even back then. I was always kind of like, how does that really work? You really have to trust people to
I
go
know.
and do that.
Yeah. We did that too. And then, Bob, like I said, he lived on Scott Street, 1243 Scott Street. And down the next block, we went to the store, Tony Commodari's store. So his mother tell him to go to the store. So he get in the car.
To go down,
to the store. Yeah.
just a chance to drive the car, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys were neighbors. I didn't know you and Bob were.
You asked me about how we met.
Yeah.
Okay. We lived at 1243 Scott Street. And my mom and dad sold our house to Bob's mom and dad.
Oh.
And mom and dad, and his mom and dad were friends.
I see.
Yeah. So he moved into the house where I lived.
Yeah.
So then we moved on Poplar Street, so we were still across the alley from. He lived directly across from Grandma Bolick.
I see. Okay.
And so he tells everybody that we were a match from the beginning, and that's what. Yeah. But then we went to school, high school and
right
all
on
together.
through.
We didn't
So-
go to grade school. He went to St. Mary's, I went to St. Casimir's.
Yeah.
But then we went to the local high school together. Yeah. We had one nun, fifth or sixth grade. Her name was Eustacia, Sister Eustacia. And I don't remember what happened that day. Something with Joe, I can't remember his last name. in the classroom, and we all walked out on her.
You were protesting.
Yeah, and she cursed.
She did. Oh,
Yeah,
oh! Reported up the chain of command.
yeah.
That's funny. How far behind in school, Lorraine, were you?
Lorraine and me?
Yeah, I don't know the age difference.
Yeah, 4 years.
Oh, it's 4.
Well, she was born in 35. I was born in 39.
Okay, so she was essentially 4 years ahead of
Yeah.
you in Casimir's.
She graduated in 52, and I graduated in 57.
Yeah.
So like 5, almost 5. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. So when you got to high school, there was no interaction. She was already gone.
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. Oh, and then I guess it was that year, 52, is when we moved to Ohio for a year. And she stayed behind. She stayed with
Oh.
Uncle Stanley and Aunt Helen.
I see, I vaguely-
Oh, okay.
Well, how about when you were growing up? What did kids do in Cottmont and Mount Carmel just for fun?
We just played outside. In the wintertime, we used to ice skate, you know. I would never want to go in. We'd be ice skating for hours and hours and hours.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and then I remember when at that time we had that, like I said, the coal stove, and we'd sit in front, you know, we'd go in, our toes would be cold and everything, you know, from ice skating and all. And then in the summer, the fire truck came up and plugged into what we called the Johnny plug at that time, you know, and we used to go out under that and all, you know.
Yeah,
Just normal everyday things, not like it is today.
yeah.
Today they don't go outside and play.
Yeah, everybody's on a screen, right? Just like we were a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
So you mentioned your dad.
Yeah.
Mike had pneumonia at one point. Do you remember the mine accident? Were you old enough to remember that? When he was in the mine accident?
Yeah, the one time when we lived on Chestnut Street, the police car drove up and the policeman got out. My dad got out with him and my dad's eye was patched,
yeah.
you know? So, I mean, what happened? Yeah, he was in it at that time. I think the guy from Scott Street, I can't remember his name. I think he died in that accident.
Oh, really?
But my dad, everything that happened to him on the left side. You know, he would get like the eye, you know, different things happened to him. I think that's when he was younger, he had that, with his ear, what do you call that?
Tinnitus?
Mastoid.
Oh, the mastoid.
The mastoid.
Oh, that's right. Lorraine mentioned that.
Yeah,
That's right.
I guess he was banging his head or something. They didn't know what was happening to him, and he had the mastoid operation.
I see.
I don't know if that's why I had ear problems, but Lorraine had blisters in her ears.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if she told you that. She had blisters, and then I got the things every year.
Wow. All
Yeah.
sorts of ear problems.
Yeah.
When that accident happened for your dad, he left mining after that, right? Or did he go back? Do you remember? Because he ended up, I think, working for DMV, right? The Department of Motor
Oh, that's
Vehicles.
right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, he was construction. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was on
yeah,
construction. Yeah.
Good move.
Yeah.
There was a lot of, as I was reading through the old newspapers
Mm-hmm.
for some of the genealogy, there was just like mine accidents every week.
Yeah.
And just like, oh.
Yeah.
And then I looked at some of the statistics and it's just like, we'd be screaming bloody murder today if we saw
Right.
death rates like that now.
Yeah.
So,
I think he was in the mines for what, 35 years, I think it was.
I don't know.
Was it since he was 16 or something like that? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know the story about the baseball team, Babe Ruth's baseball team that came through. Did you hear that? You remember
No.
that? So, and I think I mentioned this to Lorraine, and she basically confirmed it. But Babe Ruth's baseball team came through, and they were playing local teams, you know, around the coal country.
Yeah.
And your dad, Mike, and Stan, his brother, were playing
Yeah.
on a team against them. And the way I heard it from my dad was that the Babe Ruth team asked them to come along and barnstorm with them.
Oh.
But Mike already was married,
Oh.
so he didn't feel he could do that.
Yeah.
And then Stan didn't want to do it because he didn't want to do it by himself.
Oh.
So they never did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But that's
Yeah.
kind of an interesting twist. What could have been if those guys barnstormed 2 years earlier,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Oh,
So
I
that'd been
didn't know. I
interesting.
know my dad played baseball, yeah,
Yeah.
because Bob's dad played baseball too, you
Yeah,
know. But yeah.
Well, that's the reason they ended up in Cottmont.
Yeah.
Because from Monterey City, Vavjiniats, your grandfather, I guess with Mary, decided that there wasn't enough open space there because it was so closed off with, you know, the coal mine companies around the town.
Oh. Oh.
So they decided, and who knows, maybe it was they wanted to get away from Mary's family,
Yeah.
who knows what it was. But the reason I heard was that they moved to Colmont because there was more open space there for the kids to run around.
Oh, I didn't know. While we're on that subject, it reminds me too. Grandfather, Bolick,
Yeah,
Lawrence
Virginia's,
Bolick. Yeah. I used to go down the bush, down to the coal holes with him every day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I don't remember him though, you
Yeah.
know. And Mom said I used to get up in the morning. I'd have breakfast, then I'd go over to Grandma and Grandpaps, and I'd have another breakfast with him.
Ah, funny.
This one particular day, I guess he had a hard time sleeping or something. I don't know what was wrong with him, but he had just fallen asleep, I guess. And I went over there and I woke him up, and he got harsh with me.
Ooh.
And I remember ran home crying or whatever. My mom said, "What was wrong?" You know.
Yeah.
So I told her. And then I didn't go over there for a couple of days. And she said he came over asking
missed
where
you.
I was. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can tell me what you think.
Did you know they call my dad Blackie?
I did not.
Yeah, I have a picture. I don't know if you have a picture of him. I have a picture of him with the tuxedo on, and I'll show it to you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they called him
I'd love to
Blackie.
scan it while I'm
Yeah.
there.
And my mom tweezed his eyebrows.
No, is
Yeah.
that right?
I think she tweezed him for his wedding or something. Yeah, I know she tweezed his eyebrows.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like him.
I know. I know. I remember my mom. I said, my mom was mean. No, just, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember the one time, I think he was out drinking the night before or something, and he was in bed. He wouldn't get up for some reason. She took a tray of ice cubes and started
Come on, really? Oh, she had, she was,
She was something.
yeah, she didn't put up with much. Let me put it to you.
I know. My dad was a softie, though. Yeah. All the Bolick boys were mellow. They were all great. They were all great. You know, they used to call my dad a saint. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, he took, I think it was Kevin. And he used to clean up the Jan Sobieski Club
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And he told Kevin,
Still there, by the way.
yeah, I know, but I don't know what they're doing in there now.
I think Bernie goes to it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
But, yeah, he cleaned up, and he told Kevin not to go in the bathrooms or something and Kevin locked himself in the bathroom thing. And my dad couldn't get him out. My dad never cursed, you know. But he had to kick the door down to get him.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Get him out? The lock's stuck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, they called him Blackie.
And why was that?
I
Because
don't know. His hair was dark black.
that's the reason?
Yeah. I'll bring that picture out and show you. Yeah.
Take a photo now.
Oh, I remember another thing too when they Papa Street where they had that little pantry and they had the little ice box out there or whatever.
Yeah.
One day I snuck into that pantry and I hit I hit on the side of that ice box and I scared the daylights out of Grandma.
When she came in?
Yeah, she almost had a heart attack.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That's another thing that
Yeah.
this predates me, but that's another thing that happened not too much before I came along.
Yeah,
Was the ice truck
yeah,
coming around? 'Cause-
yeah. The box of ice.
Yeah, the blocks of ice. Because even when I grew up, there was an ice plant, a couple blocks behind
Yeah.
our house. Remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah,
But I don't remember any of that. I just remember refrigerator
yeah.
in my lifetime.
Yeah.
So.
The ice plant, I think, was at the end of Scott Street where Aunt Jean and Uncle Joe lived.
Oh, okay,
That building was the ice plant.
okay.
Yeah.
So you must remember the cherry tree in your
Oh, yeah.
house. So what did you do with all those cherries? I mean, you only have
Yeah.
so many people who could come over and pick them.
Yeah. And then Mom made pies and all,
Did
you know,
she?
yeah. I remember one time being tied to that cherry tree on a leash or something.
Who did that?
My mom.
Your mom. Oh, jeez.
I forget for what reason.
She has a lot of stories about your mom. that's
I
for
know,
sure.
everybody could tell you.
Yeah, there are a lot. an awful
Yeah.
lot.
Do you know that Lorraine was up for Belle of the Ball when she went to the prom?
I did not.
Yeah, well, she did. She was first runner-up then, like
Oh,
you know.
no kidding.
And Mary Ann was the Belle of the Ball.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Mary Ann
They
Kopchick.
were in the same class.
No. But Mary Ann,
Oh,
when she
different
went to
years.
school, yeah, she
Oh.
was the Belle of the Ball, and Lorraine was in the
I did not
court.
know that.
Yeah,
Oh, very cool.
yeah.
I have to say, I do have somewhere along the way, I think it was on Ancestry .com or something.
Uh-huh.
But I came across an old yearbook photo of Lorraine
Yeah.
as a cheerleader doing a split.
Yeah.
And I found that painful just to look at even all these years later.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny. But I didn't know that. Thank you for telling
I
me.
remember for that cheerleading too, she used to have to learn to do the cartwheel. She couldn't do it. So I was always showing her in the yard how to do it. Because
Yeah.
I could do a perfect cartwheel, you know.
Yeah.
I could do the split too, so yeah.
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 Do you want to, while we have the camera going, would you like to demonstrate?
Oh, are you kidding?